Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey everybody, it's Zach, aka Zach's Reviews, and we are back again with another video. Today was the day All-American Season 3, Episode 1 came out today. It was a great episode. It felt great to be back in the world of All-American and to see Spencer, Layla, and all them again. They do a recap of what we saw last season on the last episode. And there's a lot to dissect here. For starters is that I love how it's like a new intro they have. I thought that was cool. I thought the cinematography looked different from the past seasons. I'd say this looks so... They're going for like it looks like a different tone of the way they're going for this season. And just the way the way that their wardrobe is and the way the color palettes are. It just seems like it's a different filming type of way they're going this time. And I really enjoy it. It looks good. It looks fresh. And I'm just excited for the stories to come in the season. But for starters is that we come off of... There's only a couple days of summer left in, I guess, before they go back to school and before they become seniors. So, as far as I know, Layla, JP, Coop, and Patience all were on tour. But the weird part about that is that they went on tour, but Patience came back early. And right when we see them come back, that's already like weird. Why did she come back on tour early? And we start to get a little bit more information on that in a scene where Coop finally comes back from tour with Layla, and says to Patience, why did you leave? And she's like, and Patience is like, oh, well, tour life's not for everybody. Even Coop's like, okay, when did it decide to tell me the truth? Come and find me. So we have that, and I'll get back to that later of what we hear more about that situation. But the main situation, I am like, oh my god, I knew this was going to happen. And I was talking to a whole bunch of people in the comments of my All-American Season 3 trailer reaction about predictions for this season. And I predicted that Spencer and Liv would be an item or would have done something or noticed they liked each other over the summer. And that's exactly what happened. They didn't really, because you could totally tell, by the way, Spencer and Layla, they would look at each other, and there was a scene where Layla's like, oh, like I said, I want some time apart, or I want some distance, or whatever, and right away, I knew right away they did something over the fact that, Asher left to go with his mom on the boats for summer. And, Liv was invited, but she decided not to go because she didn't want to impose, and she wanted Asher to be with his mom. And, Jordan was with Simone and helping her with the baby over the summer. And, of course, Layla and Coop were on tour. So, Olivia felt very alone. And a callback from the last scene we saw in Season 2, that Spencer said, I'm going to be on the couch with you the entire summer. We're going to be watching movies. And, he in that moment, she's like, Spencer is her savior almost. She knows that someone really cares about her and is willing to, and she just wants to know someone's there for her. And we really see that moment in the end of Season 2. We see that moment where he's like, I'm always here for you. I'm always going to be here for you. And I felt like she was upset. I felt like she was upset that Asher left, even though she knew Asher had to leave. But she felt like she was alone, and she always knows that Spencer's that person that cares about other people and not just about himself, and is always willing to put other people first and to help people out. And we really see that, and that must have been what happened, because he's just that person, and she knew that he was there for her. And we're gonna see. I feel like we're gonna see more of, how, was this a one-time thing? Did they just, sleep together, or over the summer, or did they just fall in love? And through the entire summer while Layla and Coop were on tour and Asher was on the boat, and did they just fall in love? And there was a scene where Layla's like, Spencer met her in I think Las Vegas or something. Met her there, and they were chilling over the summer at one point in Las Vegas, and then Liv came to Las Vegas, and she's like, oh, why'd you come to Las Vegas? Did you meet up with your your sponsor? And she's like, yeah, I met with my sponsor. But I think in all seriousness is that she missed Spencer so much, so she went to go see him, and I don't know. So there's a lot of things I'm wondering. Okay, like, was this throughout the summer they like were together and they were doing stuff together, or was it just at the Las Vegas thing over the summer when he went to go see Layla? I'm confused. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments about that. But and Jordan, him finding out that Simone gave the baby up. That was a big thing. I like when we saw her in the last season, I was expecting she would keep the baby because she said she was going to. So I don't know if because I don't know if Jordan if he's gonna eventually he's gonna find out that she gave the baby up. But I feel like he's gonna be so upset about that because he knew he wasn't the father. But I feel like he saw himself as like he could be a father figure, and they could have kept that baby and raised the baby because he's just that guy that I feel like just loved her, Simone, and he loves that baby, and I feel like he wanted to be a dad, even though it wasn't his own. So the fact of it is that I'm wondering to see if will that baby somehow come back. Like maybe I don't know. In the world of All American or TV shows, anything can happen. I'm wondering if that's gonna happen, or if he's not gonna stop talking to her for a while because of that, or say he's okay with it, and then it's gonna build and build, and he's gonna be angry at her. I'm just wondering what's gonna happen because he was really excited to hear that she was about to have the baby, but then when she gave the baby away, she didn't want to talk to Jordan. She didn't even want to pick up the phone. She didn't want to see him, and at the end of this episode, we see him getting the text messages of the photos of the baby because Simone's dad took photos of the baby and met the adopted father that adopted the baby in the room where the babies are put right after you have them. So he was there and he said, "Oh, that's my kid," and he said the kid's name, and Simone's father instantly knew that that's the baby's new dad, and and the baby's new family. So that's how we got the information on the name of the baby, and got to see what the baby looked like. Because Simone didn't even want to see what the baby looked like because she thought it would be too hard to give the baby up for adoption. If she saw the baby, she would get too attached. And I thought the parents I mean I didn't think they were gonna be okay with it from the last season, but I thought that they would have slowly let her just keep the child. But that's going to be interesting finding out why she did that choice. I think that's going to be a big plot story of the season, and I think it's going to be a plot point that the fact Asher came back, and I feel like Spencer and Liv, I feel like really loved each other over the summer. I mean, again, we saw it really build throughout the season of 1 and 2, but we really saw it at the end of season 2 in that last scene. So I'm wondering if she just going to stay with Asher just because she promised him that they would pick up right where they left off when he came back. But there's going to be, of course, a big tension between Asher to Spencer, Asher to Olivia, because he's going to feel like he got betrayed by Olivia because she even said that she didn't even want to go, even though he offered, and she even said that they would pick up right where they left off. But I called it, you guys, that they were gonna be an item or do something, or they love each other, and I called it. They had that. I really don't think that Olivia loves Asher that way anymore. I really don't think so. I feel like they really had some. I called this from season 1 that Olivia and Spencer just have that bond and just have that same awesome personality. I feel like they really attract to one another, and I feel like that was always a thing that the writers were trying to say, that they were always going to end up together, and I'm hoping that's the route they go. And I think what will happen is that Asher and I think maybe Layla will probably get back together. That's what I'm thinking is probably going to happen in this season. If not this season, the next season, but I could totally see that happening. And of course, when Spencer tells Layla, if he even does, but from what we saw from the next episode, I think Liv is going to tell Layla, but I think Liv is going to tell Asher first. So I don't know if she's actually going to tell them, or if it's going to be dragged on until the finale of this season that we're in. But I'm excited to see where that's going to go. If they do stick with their relationships, or they end up telling them the truth, both of them, or one of them does, and they end up being together. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I know that Liv and Spencer don't want to hurt Asher and Layla, so whatever happens. But of course there's gonna be some heartbreak, some tension, some hate, because it's a TV show. But I'm excited to see that element play out. And I'm excited to see why Tyrone's older sister is back, Mo. From where we saw her in season 2, at the end with she even met up with Preach in prison, saying, yeah, like saying that I want revenge for my little brother, and he even said that Coop had nothing to do with it, but she even said that she was a part of it, and somehow she needs to go. So I have a feeling she's gonna try to kill her, try to ruin her life, or try to do something. But she's playing friend right now, saying, "Oh, I got Preach out," and like we should work together. I think she's gonna manipulate Coop and either get Coop to get arrested or get Coop killed, or she's gonna kill Coop, or something's gonna happen because Preach actually wanted somebody to watch over her. Preach wanted someone to look over Coop, but before that happened, Coop left on tour. So the person that Coop's trying to find that Preach wanted that Preach assigned to watch Coop is like gone. So I think Mo killed this person because she knew. I mean, she was in the gang way before Tyrone was. So I'm excited. I'm wondering how much of a villain is she? Like I'm wondering to see how that's gonna play out because she's pretending to be friends with Coop. I know that she didn't come back there to to say sorry for Ty's actions. Like no, she came there to get revenge for her little brother. She saw him as a little brother. She didn't see him as no. Even though he did bad stuff, she doesn't care. She wants to get revenge for him. So I can't wait to see how that's gonna play out too. And I really want to know again in the comments what you guys think about all the craziness that's going on in this episode, and what do you think what's going to happen in this season, and just overall, what's your speculations? Because I think there's going to be a big moment where Coop will get manipulated probably by this person, and then Coop will find out, oh my God, Mo's bad, and Mo will try to kill her, or something's going to happen. Or Mo's trying to get her killed, or I don't know. All I know is that it makes sense that Mo wants her dead, or probably wants her life to be ruined. To the point, okay, and then you're dead. I don't know. Something like that's going to happen. I know that. They're not afraid to shoot anybody in the show, of course, because it's a really grounded show on real situations that happen in the world. So I'm just excited to see how this is going to go and how the season's just going to play out. And, with Coach Baker going to South Crenshaw again, taking up as the coach there, he has a lot of demons. I mean, he spent his entire life there with Corey and with Grace. So there's a lot of history there at that school, and apparently his mom was a teacher there. That scene where he's looking in the room and he sees that person, I thought there was an actual teacher in there, but it turns out it was all in his head. That was his mom. And I feel like that's going to be a big part of how there's so much tension, there's so much history and loss and ups and downs at that place for him, because so I feel like that's really gonna weigh on him throughout the season. We're really gonna see that all play out. But on top of that, with the new principal, which is the guy that pretty much wanted to tear down the school or convert it into a MAGA school. Is that right? When you convert something into, it's called like a MAGA school, right? Magnet? Yeah. Okay, yeah. He wanted to convert the school. I forget the guy's name. All I know is he looks like Tucker from Danny Phantom, nerd head ass. I don't like that dude at all. He's a jerk. I don't know what his problem is. Apparently that Billy and I guess Corey bullied this kid and he ended up doing like online school or transferring. I don't know. But oh my God, man. I've gotten bullied, man, but when you're holding a grudge, that's to the point where it's a little over dramatic. It's been how many years? I mean, I got bullied. I did. So, like, the fact of this is that, like, come on, dude. So I was like, that's such a dumb thing. Get over that. Like, and didn't even explain. Technically, they only explain why he got bullied by them. But maybe we'll get into that why. I don't know. Maybe we'll get more of a backstory on the principal. But he's just a jerk. I don't understand his deal. And all I know is he's going to make it really hard for Spencer and Corey to, and Spencer and Billy to really make this school the champions in the playoffs. So I'm wondering how that's all gonna, or in the championship. I'm wondering how that's all gonna like play out in the football element of the story. I mean, he's just gonna make it so hard on them to get like people to want to join the team. He's gonna make it hard for people to be able to play because of their grades. He's gonna do a whole bunch of things to make it so he can make the the merge happen between these other schools and stuff. He really wants their plan to fail. He wants Spencer and Billy to fail, and we're gonna see a lot of that this season. I just know it, and I'm just excited to see all these elements of this story. And apparently, Grace and Micah broke up. Didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought they were a great couple. So I'm wondering. I don't know. I'm wondering, will it be Billy and Grace? I mean, they kind of had that flirty moment, but I feel like it really sucks because I feel like Billy's wife, I feel like, really is trying to patch things up and patch their marriage up. I really feel like she's trying to make it how it was again. But I feel like it's just something's gonna happen between him and Grace again, or I feel like something's gonna happen. I feel like, I don't know, but I hope that doesn't happen between Billy and Grace. I hope Billy can get back together with his wife, and I just hope everything works out. And okay, but Jordan, the biggest thing is Jordan was so angry that that at the interview that Spencer had with the reporter, and this reporter literally flipped every word Spencer said about him going back to South Crenshaw. Literally flipped everything. Like, totally took his words out of context and just made it the worst sounding thing. That, saying Spencer was talking crap about, Beverly, and talking crap about, that was the old, this is the new, I'm not going to have any trouble beating them. And the fact that Jordan could believe that, and the other guy, I forget the tall blonde dude, I forget his name. But the fact of it is that how could Jordan think that he would say those things, or that he would, since he's going to back to South Crenshaw, he would not want to be brothers with Jordan still, and they wouldn't be still best friends. That doesn't make any sense. You guys are will forever be best friends. You guys will still of course you're gonna have the rivalry on the field, but off the field you guys will still be brothers. You'll still have that bond. He'll still see you and Beverly. He'll still come and visit you guys. I didn't understand that, but I mean, again, it's storytelling. So I hope that gets patched up. All I know is the storytelling of this just from the first episode was awesome. Just everything. I really enjoyed this episode. I really want to know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know in the comments, what your speculations are. What do you think about this episode? What do you think about the cinematography and the new opening that they had? And overall, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, leave a comment down below, like this video. And I'm just going to end the video here, so I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.